Welcome back all of you to our online platform, that is our school's YouTube channel. So again we are ready with today's video. This video is for class 9th and the subject is science, and we are continuing the same chapter, that is chapter number 8, and the name of the chapter is motion. As again we should recall some of the terms, that when the object is said to be in motion and when the object is said to be at rest. When the object is changing its position with respect to a surrounding with the passage of time, then we can say that object is in motion. At the same time, if an object is not changing its position with the passage of time, then we can say that the object is at rest. At the same time, we have discussed the differences between speed and velocity and distance and displacement as well. So the distance is the actual length of the path covered from इनिशियल पॉइंट टू द फाइनल पॉइंट बाय एन ऑब्जेक्ट, जो हमने एक्चुअली पाथ कवर किया है उसकी लेंथ, एंड द डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज द शॉर्टेस्ट लेंथ बिटवीन इनिशियल पॉइंट एंड द फाइनल पॉइंट. वेयर एज द सेकेंड डिफरेंस इज वी कैन से द डिस्टेंस इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी. What are the scalar quantities and vector quantities? The scalar quantities are those quantities having only magnitude, whereas the vector quantities are the quantities having magnitude as well as direction. And we have also discussed the differences between speed and velocity. Speed is distance per unit time, whereas velocity is displacement per unit time. Both are having the same SI unit, that is meter per second, and that is no difference in that, but more differences are there. So as distance is taken in velocity in speed, so speed is a scalar quantity, whereas velocity is a vector quantity. The next difference can be there, the speed cannot be negative, the velocity can be negative. We have discussed all these points. At the same time, we have also discussed the acceleration and retardation. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. If the value of acceleration is negative, then it will be called as retardation, and the SI unit of acceleration and retardation are meter per second square. The acceleration can be positive, acceleration can be negative. If acceleration is negative, means it is retardation. If the negative value of the acceleration indicates that some force is opposing the motion. If suppose the brakes are applied to the vehicle, then we can say the retardation is there. Brakes are applied means the speed is slowing down, means some force is there which is opposing the motion of that vehicle. At the same time, if we are saying that give the accelerator, means we are supposed to accelerate, means the speed is going upside, and that means the speed is increasing. In that case, we can say there is positive acceleration, and when the speed is going down, it is decreasing. In that case, we can say that the object is under retardation, or object is under negative acceleration. Now these are the points we have discussed already. At the same time, we have also discussed the uniform motion, non-uniform motion, the graphs, means the distance time graph as well as velocity time graph. So now we are discussing the in-text questions, and we have already discussed some of the questions. Today we will discuss the question given on page number 110. Page number 110, question number up to question number 4 we have discussed already. Today we will discuss question number 5. So first of all, we should read the question. In the question, it is given that one stone is thrown vertically upward with velocity 5 meter per second. So the initial velocity is 5 meter per second. It is thrown vertically upward direction, and then the acceleration is 10 meter per second square in downward direction. Acceleration is 10 meter per second square downward, and this is upwards. So here we can say that the stone is going upside and the acceleration is on the downside, means the acceleration is negative. I gave you the example when the acceleration is in the opposite direction of the motion, then we can say it is retardation, or the acceleration is negative. So here what we will do, we will take the speed in the positive direction because the stone is moving upside, and the acceleration we will take in the negative form. Why? I will tell you one more time. That is, so what we have to find, what will be the height. Height means height, or we have to find the distance covered. Then we have to find the time taken to reach back. Time taken to reach back to the original position. These two things we are supposed to find. I will draw from here. This is thrown vertically upward with 5 meters per second, and the acceleration is vertically downward, that is 10 meters per second square. That is taken as positive, and that will be taken as negative because speed is upside and the acceleration is downside. So we have to find the maximum height attained. So maximum height, suppose here. So after reaching the maximum height, the stone will come downwards. As you can throw one stone vertically upward, after reaching the maximum height, it will again come downwards. At the maximum height, the final velocity will be 0 for a fraction of seconds. The stone will stop, again it will come down. So the final velocity is 0, v is 0. So we are having the third equation of motion. From there we can say, we know what we know, that 2as is equals to v square minus u square. So from here we have to find s, that is will be v square minus u square upon 2a. From here we can substitute the values of u, v and a. v is 0, 0 square 0 minus u square means 5 square upon 2 into a is minus 10. So 5 square means minus 25, minus is already there, we are not squaring minus. So upside minus 25 and downwards minus 20. So we will cancel out minus and 4 5 4 ja 20, 5 5 ja 25, that is 5.4, and that is we can write that in the decimal form. 4 1 ja 4, 1.25 meters. So 1.45 meters is the height attained by that stone. At the same time, now we are supposed to find the time taken to reach back. Means in a vertical flight, when we are throwing one stone upside, it will take the same time to reach the highest point, and again it will take the same time to come back to the original position. So t time going back, going upside, and t time coming back. So we are supposed to, if we are supposed to find the time to reach the maximum height, we will calculate t. If we are supposed to find the total time of the flight, then t plus t, that is 2t. So for that we are having the equation v is equals to u plus at. So that is the first equation, v is equals to u plus at. From here we can say that at is equals to v minus u. From here we can say that t is equals to v minus u upon a. So t will be equals to v 0 minus 5 upon minus 10. So that will be minus 5 upon minus 10, minus cancel out minus, t will be 0.5 seconds. So 0.5 seconds will be a time to reach the highest point, and 0.5 will be a time taken from the highest point back to the original position. If two types of question can be there. First question can be there, calculate the time taken to reach the highest point, that is the answer is 0.5 second. If in the question it is asked that find the time taken by the stone to reach back to the ground, means 0.5 going upside, again 0.5 from coming from the maximum height to the ground, that 0.5 plus 0.5, that will be 1 second. Within 1 second the stone will come back to its original position and it will attain the maximum height of 1.25 meters. So this is the question for the day. I hope that you have enjoyed to solve the questions. The basic thing is that to attempt the numericals in the physics, first of all you are supposed to read the question carefully. Afterwards you are supposed to note down the values given in the form of information in the question. Afterwards you are supposed to select the formula or the equation you are supposed to use to solve that numerical, as some informations are hidden. As in this question it is given that find the maximum height, so it is not given that v will be 0, but that is known to us that at maximum height the velocity of the stone will be 0. Again I am telling you, whenever we are throwing a stone in a vertical upward direction, so it will attain the maximum height. At the maximum height it will stop for a fraction of second, means its velocity will be 0. Then afterwards it will come down. When a stone is moving upside, the acceleration will be negative, and when it is coming back to the ground, means it is coming downwards, then the acceleration will be positive. I hope that you have understood and you will try this numerical by yourself only, and you will try the remaining some numericals also. At least you should try, and if you are having any problem or if you having any doubt, then you can message us or you can even call us. We will try to rectify your doubts so that you can easily proceed the questions given in your textbook. Thank you very much.